Hey everyone, welcome back to Getaway Crochet. Thank you for taking time out of your Sunday afternoon to join me today, getting away from the chaos of life and talking crochet and yarn and projects. Like I said, it's Sunday. We are actually in a storm warning right now. It's currently snowing out right now, so we have literally had like no snow, like most of the winter. It's literally been like spring all winter long, and which is fine. And then they said that we were getting like 1 to 78 inches of snow anywhere in there the last couple days. So we're gonna see what happens. It's currently snowing right now. So I'm just kind of using it as a storm day to kind of chill, be comfy, crochet, just kind of bury myself in everything that makes me happy. And I wanted to record a video for you guys because it's been a hot minute since I have done that, which I apologize for. I'm so sorry. Life has been crazy. We have been trying to, my husband and I have been looking for new, well, he, obviously, you know, he's not, excuse me, my nose itches. My allergies are crazy today, so I will probably be itching my nose. Anyway, so as you know, he is no longer a firefighter, and he has been looking for work, something he wants to do. And I also have been looking for a job with insurance. I have recently been offered and accepted a job on Friday, and I will start next week. And so I'm very excited about that. So, but my hours at work have been a little crazy. I've been busy job searching. We've been busy doing things around here. Life's just been crazy, so I apologize that it's been a few weeks since I put out a video. Once I start my new schedule at work, I'm going to try to come up with like a schedule for recording so I can be consistent for you guys, because I don't like going this long without putting up a video, and I'm sure you don't like it when I go this long without a video. So, and I have so much to show you and talk about today. So let's just get into it. All right, the first thing is alligator related. You guys know I am absolutely obsessed with alligators. My husband got me an alligator picture. He got me a stuffed alligator. I am absolutely obsessed with alligators. I have a little alligator. For those of you who are new to the channel, I have little alligators all over the place. Got a little alligator eraser here. Again, forgive me. Oh, you will also know, how rude of me. The camera angle has changed. So, and I keep looking straight ahead and I apologize. The camera angle has changed because my tripod no longer holds up my camera. So I have to improvise quickly here today. And it's currently at the top of my TV. And so I have to get used to this angle, how to show you guys things, different things like that, not to stare at the TV in front of me. And focus on the camera instead. So bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. It kind of happened last minute as I was recording or starting to record. My camera wouldn't sit up, so instead of having to readjust it every 10 seconds while I'm talking to you guys, I just decided to switch it. So again, if you see a mess in the background, my apologies. You'll see my kitchen, which is kind of a mess. The dogs will probably be in the picture at some point. I'm just trying to figure out something new, so I'll figure out something as I keep recording, but just there's an FYI for you guys. So anyway, so we were talking alligators. I get so distracted by alligators. I want one. You know I want one. Okay, so anyway, alligators. I ordered a cup, a 40-ounce cup from a lady that makes cups and sells in the area. Well, kind of throughout North Dakota, essentially. But she's local to me, so I want to show you my alligator cup that I got. Isn't this gorgeous? Now the green is a little bit darker than it actually is, so it looks a little bit darker right here, but it's actually a pretty bright green. And it says, "A girl who loves alligators." And then she so kindly put pictures of alligators on here. I ordered a couple alligator stickers off of Amazon. I'm gonna see if they fit on here, otherwise I'll put them on a different cup. But that is my alligator cup, and I told her that I would show you, if you guys are interested in ordering from her, I'll give you her information. I'll link it in the description below, but I'm also going to show you here now. So this is who I ordered it from, SS Jen's Cups. She is on Facebook. I'm just covering up her phone number for respect. So you can check her out on Facebook. She's on Facebook. She posts a lot. You can message her on Facebook if you're interested in cups. Just let her name is Shelly. Just let her know what you like, and she's wonderful. I've ordered like 4 or 5 cups from her now, and I will always go back because she does a great job with the cups. As you can see, she can pretty much do anything that you ask for. So there's that. That was my very first thing. I got this a couple weeks ago, and I was waiting to use it until I recorded another video for you guys. So this is my alligator cup, which I will be using all the time now. Oh, my nose itches. Okay, the other let me try to talk here. The other alligator-related situation I got was a little Funko Pop. Now, if you don't know what Funko Pops are, which most people do, but they're these little, okay, this is Michael Myers, right? Yes, I'm a little obsessed with horror. So, Michael Myers, little Funko Pop, they have big eyes, big heads, and little bodies, and they pretty much make one for any character out there. Anyway, so I was at a local game store because my husband and I are very into Nintendo games right now. I grew up on Super Nintendo games, and he just recently got into it and got me back into it, and so we go to the store all the time looking for video games. And I happened to see something that, of course, it's totally me I would get. Alright, ready? Who is that? That is Steve Irwin with a crocodile. I'm guessing it's crocodile because he's the crocodile hunter. I would like to think of it as an alligator because, you know, I'm obsessed. So, got my little Steve Irwin here. He just hangs out with me on my desk. Okay, so those are the 2 alligator-related things I wanted to share with you guys. Next, I have finished a blanket. So, I'm going to move my chair back, bring the blanket over and show you, and let me know what you guys think of it. Alright guys, here it is. This is my Tranquility Ripple blanket. And if you remember in the last video, this is actually taller than I am. If you can see that, it's taller than I am. I got a little carried away. But that's okay, I wanted a big blanket. Alright. So, oh my goodness, I have so many things going on right now. So I wanted a big blanket. This, I'm gonna maybe close this. Okay. I sit right by the window, and it's really bright outside because of the snow. So the colors might show up a little bit better without that on. A little bit. If you were not familiar with this blanket, if you are new to my channel, I made a ripple blanket out of Red Heart Super Saver stripes, and this color is called Parrot Stripe. I got the yarn, just a quick background, I got the yarn because at the time I saw the Sweet Roll Vivid stuff with the same colors, and I could not afford the Sweet Roll Vivid. I could not order it at the time, and they had a huge sale on at Joann's, so I ordered, this is exactly the same colors. There's just a little bit more in these skeins. So I got these to kind of mimic these colors because I couldn't get the Sweet Roll Vivids at the time, but I wanted a blanket with those colors. And this blanket, when I worked with this yarn just made me so calm and relaxed, and I'm calling it my Tranquility Ripple blanket. So I am going to use this blanket when I want to relax, when I'm having anxiety, because the colors just make me so calm and relaxed. So I wanted to make this blanket. I was originally going to make one for my husband, but I decided it was mine. It's mine! So I finished that. Super happy with that. That is currently just laying on my ottoman over there, waiting to be used. I didn't want to use it before I showed it to you guys in case the dogs got hair on it or something, you know, because I have those 2 dogs with shedding issues, so All right, I'm gonna go put this back. I'll be right back. Okay. Ugh. Hi, Max. When I say I'll be right back, he thinks I'm going places, and I'm not. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you how many... I saved all of the wrappers from my yarn. How many skeins of yarn I used. So I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 skeins of yarn. And I used 8 full skeins of yarn. So I have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 full skeins of yarn, and then I used just a little itsy bitsy bit out of this one. I didn't even really need to, I just wanted to. So 9 skeins of yarn will do it for your blanket. I can't remember how large mine was. I feel like it was like a... I don't remember. I'll look and put it. If you guys are interested, just ask and I can add it. So let's do some math here. I'm not good at math, but we're gonna attempt to do math. So I'm gonna get my calculator out and see how many yards you will need to do a blanket like this. Okay, so each skein of yarn was 236 yards if you were in the United States and go by yards. 215 meters or 141 grams. So I'm going to take 236 times 8. So it's about 1,888 yards that you will need. So I always say it's a good idea to buy at least 2,000 yards of yarn just to be safe when you're doing a blanket, especially a big blanket. So that is that. If you guys are interested in making one, like I said, I'm gonna measure it after I stop recording and put the measurements in the description box below. So if you guys are interested in making one, you know exactly how big you have to make it. Okay, so I saved those. Now I can get rid of them. Alright. Now, okay, I got my blanket done. And then I got a little something called WIPS, which if you guys are big crafters, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can't wait to keep starting projects. So as you know, I have my husband's blanket that I am currently working on. Which I've kind of put aside because I started another work in progress. And I need more yarn. Oh my goodness, my hair's going everywhere. Forgive that. I need more of the yarn to finish the blanket, and they are currently out online and in the store, in my local store, so I can't finish the blanket, so I'm putting it on hold until I can get more yarn to do so. Because when I get going on something, I want to finish it, and I can't finish it, so... it's irritating me. Okay, so anyway, then I started, so as soon as I finished the Tranquility Ripple blanket, I looked over and I was like, what do I want to do now? And I decided that I have so much scrap yarn. I have like a huge bin, and it's full of yarn. It's crawling the walls, and I need to use it up. Because I do. And I was like, okay, what's going to work up really quick? I'm going to have enough yarn to do it. Let's make a scrap can. And, okay, what kind of scrap can do I want to make? I decided on a granny square scrap can. So I will show that to you guys now. It's about the size... Hey, Max, can you move, please? Move. 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 I'm gonna run you over. Okay. It's about a lap gown size right now. Oh, goodness. I am doing 2 rows of each color. And honestly, like, as I look in my bin, I literally haven't made a dent. I have used so many colors, and I still haven't made a dent. So I'm not sure how big that's gonna be, but it's probably not even half done yet. So I started that one. And then I was thinking about the other WIPs today in my WIP bin down here by my feet. So I decided that I was going to go through and see if I wanted to save, finish, or fling. So I put this WIP aside and went through my WIPs, and I ripped back a scarf that I had started, never finished. I decided I wanted to frog that. So we frogged it. We're going to make a blanket out of that. Because I have like 4 skeins of yarn, I think. So we're going to make like a granny score blanket or something. Then I found, I'm frogging, I made a moss stitch blanket. I'm going to frog that because I don't want to make it anymore. But it's going to take too much time right now to frog it because I was fairly well along on it. But so that's in the frog pile. And then I found, you know, because I'm obsessed with granny squares right now again, I found this WIP, which I had shown you guys previously. Again, I'm pretty far along on this one, but I don't like how I connected the yarn and didn't like weave it in or anything. I got ends hanging out everywhere. So I have decided I'm going to frog this and make a granny rectangle blanket with this yarn. So we have that. And as far as any other WIPs go, that is the stuff that I'm either going to frog or finish. So everything else is in there is done. So I just have those, and those 2 I'm going to frog sometime soon here. But I'm really into granny squares right now, and yeah. And then, oh, I also have granny square bags. Speaking of granny squares, for craft shows this coming year, or later this year, in the fall, I have more granny square bags I'm going to be making because I only have 1 left. So let me show you the colors that I'm going to be doing so far. I have a few granny squares made up. So I have almost all the granny squares made up for this one. Now this is, oh, the lighting is so terrible. This is like a purple. Okay, it's not, I don't know. It looks more blue, but it's actually purple. We'll see if it'll show up in the camera. Probably not. It's very blue in the camera. Amethyst is the color. It's a light purple. It does not look blue. Like, oh, this lighting is terrible. I'm so sorry, guys. I just can't seem to get the light right now, and it's probably just because of my camera angle. Let's see if this is any better. Oh, that's a little bit better. So, yeah, you can kind of see. So I'm doing a light purple one. And then I have a turquoise one that I'm doing, but I don't want to get up and dig through all that stuff. However, I will show you. So also, I was watching Nancy with She's Got Yarn, and I'm sure you guys know who she is, and she was using more of that the Red Heart Granny Stripe yarn, but I love the colors that she was using, so I decided to buy some myself. And as you know, I don't like to make granny squares out of the granny square yarn. I like to make other blankets or other things. But I wanted to try it out to see if it would work up. So this is the granny square stripe yarn, and as you can see, it did not go according to how I wanted it to go, but that's okay. So, and I knew that ahead of time. So what I did is I bought all the colors involved in the skein of yarn and decided to make granny squares with the colors. So it would look exactly like this, only I didn't have to think about it. So, the base color is kind of like a turquoisey color. Oh, I should probably tell you what the yarn is that I have. See if I can find it. I am so not organized right now, guys. I'm sorry. Where do I have it? I do not know where I have it. I don't even know what it's called, but it's a blue one. It has like a turquoisey blue, a dark blue, a medium blue. I can't believe I lost it already. I don't know where it is. I'm sorry. I don't know where it is right now. I don't remember where I put it on my shelf. It's gonna bother me though. It's really gonna bother me. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Ha. I found it. Okay, I found it. Just took some looking. This is called Soft White Frigid. Ooh. There we go. And it is the Granny Square, Red Heart Granny Square yarn. And as you can see, there are beautiful blues in there. So I matched different colors with the blues that were in there. And for the center one, which is the turquoisey, the darker turquoise, I got Karen 1 pound aqua. Whoop, sorry. There we go. And the lighting, again, I'm so sorry, guys. Just Google it. Yeah, my lighting is not okay today. It's super bright outside, and it's not really giving me the proper colors. I apologize. So anyway, I bought aqua in the 1 pound Karen. And then for the dark blue, I have Red Heart Navy. And then for this blue right here, I couldn't match it perfectly with the stuff that was at Joann's. So I did look at my stash, and I found this color, which is a Hobby Lobby yarn. And I went and bought one more skein, you know, because I have an addiction. And where did I put it? There it is. So that color matches perfectly, and that is Crafter's Secret, a Big Idea, and it is called Cobalt Blue. Ooh, there we go. Cobalt Blue, and that is perfect match to the ones in here. So I got that. I have to find a spot for that to live. And then for the light turquoise on the outside, I got the Red Heart Turquoise. So that connection's all over the place here. Sorry. All right, so Red Heart, Super Saver, Turquoise. And then for the border, obviously just a soft white Red Heart brand. And then that makes one of these perfectly. And I'm well on my way to making enough for a blanket. I don't generally like to border my blankets in white because I have dogs. Things get dirty and dusty, and the dogs get muddy and dirty, and they touch my blankets. So this one's probably going to be either sold or given to somebody as a gift. I already have somebody in mind. So, but we'll see what happens. I mean, maybe I want to keep it, but I just don't have a lot of stuff with white just because of the dogs, and things never stay white in my house. So you will never hardly ever see me wearing white even because it doesn't stay white. So anyway, I have those projects going on. So I have bags in the making with granny squares. I have a granny square blanket with the Red Heart, inspired by the Red Heart granny stripe or granny square yarn that I bought colors individually to do. So I have a blanket going with that. I have my granny square blanket, my scrap gan going. I want to start another scrap gan today. I don't know why I do, but I do. What else do I got going? That's kind of the projects that I have going right now. Yeah. It's been crazy, but I have gotten a lot accomplished. Like I said, I'm going to be working a new job starting next week, so I'm going to be working different hours. I'm not going to be an 8 to 5 person anymore. It's going to be like 9 to 6, alternating like every third weekend. I have to work a Saturday, which is totally fine. I get a lot of overtime if I want it. Yeah, so I'm excited to see how, oh my goodness. Sorry, I keep looking outside, freaking out about the storm. I shouldn't be, because I don't care. I love storm days. I just looked over at where my little Funko Pops are, and they're both, like, angled exactly towards me. Unintentionally, by the way. I did not intentionally do that. And they're, like, looking at me. Like, Michael Myers with his, like, bloody knife, you know, and then Steve Irwin's holding his alligator. or crocodile, whatever it is. Yep, that's kind of creepy. Anyway, I'm so all over the place today, you guys. I'm sorry. I just have I'm just so overwhelmed with all the things I want to tell you about, and I'm excited about. So I talked about my job. I showed you the finished blanket. I showed you the blanket in progress. Yeah, so I gotta figure out a filming schedule. And then I gotta figure out a tutorial, because my camera no longer works as on a tripod. I am not gonna be able to do tutorials like I was. So I have to figure out that. So I apologize about the tutorials. I will get something figured out for that, okay? Because I do want to do the ripple. I have had requests to do the ripple stitch and like the tranquility ripple blanket I made, and the corner to corner, which I do want to do as soon as possible. But now that my tripod is no longer being cooperative, I gotta figure something out. And like I said, I just have a webcam right now, so I gotta figure something out. And my stomach is growling because I haven't eaten yet today, and it's like 2:30. Yeah. So those are the 2 tutorials I want to do as soon as I can. They're so fun to do. I love doing those 2 stitches. They work up very quickly. But as far as WIPS, I want to start like 3 more projects. I want to do a granny rectangle blanket in scraps. I want to do I do like the idea of the stripe, the granny stripe. However, I don't know. I think I want to do a granny rectangle first. I'd like the going around in a circle more than going back and forth and then changing colors that way. But who knows? I mean, I have whip-itis, so who knows by the end of the week what I'm going to come up with. I've also been very busy using up the new Premier yarns that I have gotten my hands on. Let me show you a couple things that I made. So I've shown you guys the yarns that I have bought from Michaels and Joann's and Premier Yarns recently. I was also very busy in the last couple weeks making things with those yarns to see how they would work out. Alright. Forgive my disarray and my scattered brain today. I'm asking for forgiveness a lot today because things did not go according to how I wanted them to go. So it kind of threw me off majorly when my camera decided to be stupid. So, okay, so I had bought, as you know, I had bought some Premier Puzzle yarn. Hey, Max, can you get out of the picture? Big baby. I have to show you this. Okay, hold on. Look at Loco. He has decided to take over my pillow on the floor and just make it his own, I guess. Which is fine. He loves the pillows I make. Dogs love them. Okay. Alright. So I bought Premier Puzzle yarn. So I decided to make a ribbed scarf. And again, the colors, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. These colors are looking very blue. They are like a lilac and a green. Today is not a good day to show you the colors because it's just not. I don't know why. Okay, so we're just not gonna do that one. I'll show you that at a different time. I'm so sorry. Alright, I made a pink headband out of that Loops and Threads Carnival yarn that I bought at Michael's that I talked about. If you're unsure what I'm referring to, go ahead and watch those videos of yarn hauls from Michael's and Joann's and Premier. And here's another Premier yarn. It is soft chunky candy in primary. I don't remember the colorway, honestly. But I made a headband out of that, and I love it. And then with the Carnival yarn, I said I had a lot left over, so I made a hat out of the pink. And then I had a little bit left over, so I made a hat out of the turquoise, red heart turquoise, and then I made a stripe out of the Carnival yarn. So there's that. Those are just some of the things that I've been working on. Today is filming is not going how I wanted it to today. So thank you for bearing with me in my craziness and chaos, because I get away. This channel is about getting away from chaos, and apparently I just created some. I don't know. I'm probably just hungry. I need to eat, and then maybe I'll feel better. But, yeah. So I'm going to spend the rest of the day working on this blanket here. I'm gonna eat and work on this granny score blanket, and maybe start the granny rectangle blanket. But I'm gonna do a little crocheting and talk to you guys a little bit here. We'll kind of end it on a less chaotic note. How about that? Gotta find the end of my so my last week was crazy. The week before that was crazy with interviews. I've been doing many interviews. My husband's had interviews, that kind of thing. So that is the reason. And then I've been just so tired when I get home. I've had migraines from stress. I'm just so tired that I just don't want to do anything when I get home. So that's why there hasn't been a video out. And there hasn't been any more yarn shopping because I've been busy. And so, and I'm trying to use up what I got because I don't want to have just bags of yarn sitting around like I have had in the past. I finally got the bags that I had sitting around up on the shelf. So he licks really loud, so I'm sorry if you can hear that. Yeah. But anyway, I finally got the bags off the floor, put them on the shelf. Bags are now gone. Yarn is on the shelf, ready to be used. And I don't necessarily want to buy a ton more unless it's something I'm going to be used up right away, because I'm running out of spaces on the floor to put stuff. I have a box that I got from Premier Yarn over there that I don't have any place for right now, so it's literally the yarn is in the box, and I don't like that. It looks tacky. I don't like that. I want my living room to look semi like a living room, even though it is my workspace. But I did promise my husband when I moved up here that it would remain how a house should look, like, to an extent. Like, I'm not going to completely destroy it and take it over with yarn and be completely chaos, like in my office before. I wonder if I have a picture of that. I think I do. So we were actually, before we bought our house, we were living with my parents. And I got to use my old bedroom that I had there as an office, which was wonderful, but it was chaos. I just kind of put stuff in there. Let's just say I probably could have been on Hoarders at the time. Okay. There we go. Alright guys, here was my craft room. Sorry. That was my craft room. My workspace. When we lived at my parents' house. I did not have enough shelving units for all the yarn I had. A lot of it was in boxes and sitting places. I could barely even get to my computer. Here's another image of my computer. My chair was there, but it generally had projects on it. Behind the door to my room, I had a little thing, which was a disaster. This is what the other corner looked like. So, needless to say, we've come a long way since then. So yeah, we've come a long way. But I don't want my workspace to look like that. My workspace will never be pristine clean. It never will. I'm not a pristine person. My husband is the complete opposite of me. He is super neat. His office, I can see why he wanted his own office. He didn't want to share chaos with me. Um, no, there's nothing on his desk except for his mouse, his keyboard, his speakers. Um, no knickknacks on his desk. He has things on his shelf that is very, everything looks neat and tidy. My shelves are a disarrayed mess. My desk is currently a disarrayed mess. My yarn area is kind of a disarrayed mess. It's semi-organized, but it could look better, I guess. So as far as organizing, I need to work on that. But I know that my stuff, based on how I grew up, my mom was super neat. Everything was always clean. She cleaned every day. She deep cleaned every weekend. I was not like that. Never have been, and I never will be. The more I was told to clean, the less I did. Sorry, Mom. I know she watches my videos, so I apologize about that, but sorry, not sorry. It's just me. So, yeah. Anyway. Anyway, I'm not the most organized person at home. My workspace, though, very organized. At work. Go figure, right? I don't understand that at all. So, yep, my husband is the complete opposite of me. I literally put things down in the first spot I see, and then when it starts to bother me, then I pick it up and organize and things. Which generally is once every couple weeks, because I do get bothered by stuff. I mean, my mess does bother me. I clean my desk off once a week, at least, and then it just builds right back up. But tell me what how are you guys neat and organized? Do you have everything's just so, or is it kind of more like me where you just kind of put it where it's gonna go for now, and we'll get to organize it later when we have the energy? Yeah, what do you guys tell me about your organizational habits? What does your workspace look like? Does it look, I hope it doesn't look like mine, but it's okay if it does, because I'm human. I'm not perfect. I don't ever pretend to be perfect. Ever. Ever, ever, ever. Again, sorry about this lighting. I don't know what's going on with this lighting today. But we're just making do today. That's all we're doing. I'm sure if I was facing this way with the camera like I normally am, the lighting would be different. So I have to figure out all the little quirks and things and how to adjust the lighting. Maybe get a ring light. I don't know if you guys have some ideas on what might help, what maybe you use for recording if you guys do YouTube stuff. Any advice is welcome, because yeah, I'm just kind of working with what I have at this point, especially since my husband and I are going to be starting a new jobs. I start next week. He starts next week. He just got a job too. So that's exciting. So we're going to be a little bit limited on funds for a few weeks until we get into the groove of a paycheck and stuff. So I can't just go out and buy a bunch of, like, a new camera or a ring light necessarily, or whatever the case is. So my video looks a little bit blue today and weird colored. So we're just gonna have to deal with it. I wanted to put a video up regardless of all the things that happened right before I started recording, and because I miss you guys. And yeah. So anyway, this is pretty much what I'm gonna be doing the rest of the day. Just crocheting. I did the dishes. I'm working on laundry. Waiting for this massive storm that's supposed to hit. I don't know if it's gonna actually happen. It's like 3 o'clock almost, and it just says light snow right now, and I mean, if we're gonna get like all those inches of snow, I mean, it better figure it out. I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get hit bad, to be honest. I just don't. But I've been wrong before. Many times. So, anyway, what are you guys working on today? What do you guys got going on your Sunday? What do you guys like to do on Sunday? I like to just relax, and Sunday is kind of like I call it my day of rest, even though I don't just like sit down all day and do nothing. I always have to do laundry on Sundays. I don't like to do it on Saturdays because Saturday's like my first day off, and I just want to like do what I want to do, and I can run errands on Saturday, but like Sunday I don't like to go anywhere. I like to just stay home, be comfy, take naps, crochet, do some laundry. Other than that, I don't really like to do a whole lot on Sundays. I do have, for dinner tonight, I'm making, I think it's called Olive Garden chicken. I'll find out, hold on. It's with Olive Garden dressing. I call it Olive Garden chicken. Slow cooker Olive Garden chicken that I got on Pinterest. So you take 2 chicken breasts, and you put them in the slow cooker. Then you take a 16-ounce bottle of Olive Garden dressing, and you pour it in there. After you season your chicken with like salt, pepper, I add garlic salt, or garlic powder, I mean. I added a few dried onion pieces in there that you can buy, like the dried onion, chopped onion stuff. I added some of that in there because I like onion flavored. And then you add grated Parmesan cheese and a block of cream cheese, and you let it cook for 6 hours. And then you make pasta, whatever kind of pasta you want to make. I'm trying to make it so you guys can see me crocheting. However, it is a large project that keeps sliding down, and it's hard to keep on camera. So then you make your pasta. We're using, I think, rotini pasta. And then we cook the pasta, put the pasta on a plate, obviously, and then pour the chicken stuff over it. And I'm going to make garlic bread along with it today. So that's what we're having for dinner tonight. And hopefully we'll have leftovers. We usually do have leftovers, but hopefully we'll have leftovers for lunch tomorrow, because my husband starts his new job tomorrow. He is actually working as a sales associate at a furniture store, and he's very excited about that, so I'm excited for him. And I am going to be a scheduling administrator at an automotive place for their service center, which is very exciting. I'm very excited to start new job, do something completely different. Still customer service based. I mean, I've done customer service jobs my entire life, my working life, so that's nothing new, but it's all on the phone. I don't work directly with customers in person. I do everything on the phone, which is totally fine. Get my own little cubicle, it looks like. So I'm excited. I'm excited for a change. I get benefits, which was main reason why I was looking for another job. Wanted a job with benefits. I do really like working for the law firm. The partners that I work for are amazing. They are just wonderful. And I would, if I didn't need benefits, I probably would stay. But I need benefits because our medical stuff, we don't have insurance right now, and we're gonna have to have insurance at some point, so currently working on, let's see how many rows I've done here. Let's see, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 18, 20. I've done 34 rows so far on this blanket, and I've only been working on it for like 2 days, which is pretty impressive. The granny square stitch works up super quick. Also, just a little bit, so like I said, I'm doing 2 rows of each color. That way I use up more yarn, and I'm not just constantly switching yarn, which I don't like to do all the time. Oh, my nose itches! I'm so sorry. Okay, so I don't have the granny square vortex going on, and let me tell you why that is. So I literally changed the corner. So I don't so when I finish a row and start another one, I change the corner. So if I finish it on this corner, I will start the new one on an opposite corner. And that way I don't have the vortex going on. Now, if I was doing 4 to 5 rows of one color, I would switch directions every row of the color. I mean, I would still use the same color, but I would switch directions so as not to have the twisty vortexy thing that happens. I mean, it might be a little bit, it might be just a little bit because I'm not switching directions every time, but I'm not seeing that happening right now. So I'm okay with that. And it's working up wonderful. And I'm using yarn. I'm just not using any. It's just not going. The pile isn't going down yet. So hopefully it will. I'm hoping it will. That's the whole purpose of me making a blanket like this, is to use up the scrap yarn I have, because I will have more scrap yarn when I finish more projects. Max is dreaming. So anyway, that's pretty much how my weekend is happening. I don't think we're gonna get a big storm. I love storms. I love snowstorms. I really do. I always have. I don't know. I just feel so cozy and warm in my house when there's a storm brewing outside. So I get excited when they say we're getting a big storm. I'm like, ooh, yay! He's dreaming. I wish I knew what he was dreaming about. Max. Maxie. Anyway, he's fine. He's just dreaming. That's how he dreams. Usually his feet move too, but apparently he's just whimpering and whining now, so that's what's going on. But anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go. I wanted to share all those things with you today. Like I said, it's a little overwhelming because I had so much to share with you and my brain was kind of going every which way. The lighting is not cooperating today. My camera was not cooperating today. The yarn is thankfully cooperating today. But we'll figure that all out as we go along. So thank you for bearing with me today. Thank you for taking time out of your day to get away and crochet with me. Let me know what you're working on in the comments. Let me know what you think of the things that I've shown you. Let me know of any ideas you have for a camera situation, lighting, that kind of thing. And I will talk to you guys very soon. All right, have a good one. Bye.